Did you know that once in the hills of Galilee, snow fell 2 feet deep, and in that frozen silence, a 7-year-old Jesus began to ask the questions that would one day awaken a world? Welcome to Tales of Urantia, where we unveil the hidden years of Jesus, the Creator's Son living as a child of men. Before the miracles, before the cross, there was curiosity, laughter, and love. The year was AD 1, and Nazareth was blanketed in the heaviest snow in a century. Children pressed their faces to the frosted glass, and the young Jesus watched in awe, his breath misting the window, his heart alive with wonder at the mystery of creation. But his world was simple. The hum of his father's tools, the scent of cedar from the carpenter's shop, and the laughter of his brother James as they played among curls of wood and scattered shavings. He was a cheerful child, bright-eyed and full of humor, yet even in play he was different. Where others built toy altars or acted out weddings, Jesus asked,
"Why must we pretend? Can we not make something true?"
Even then, the divine spark inside him reached for meaning beyond ritual. His mother, Mary, tended a dovecote on their roof. She sold the doves to aid the poor, and it was Jesus who managed the funds, carefully counting the coins, setting aside a tenth for the synagogue before giving the rest to the needy. It was the Creator's Son already learning stewardship of compassion. Then came the storm, not of snow this time, but of sand. A sudden July wind howled through Nazareth, and as Jesus descended the stone steps from the rooftop, the sand stung his eyes. Blinded, he stumbled and fell. A cry split the house. Joseph was away. Mary's heart broke in terror. Her son of promise had been hurt. When Joseph returned, he built railings along the stairs, but for months afterward, Mary could hardly let Jesus out of her sight. The boy, however, healed quickly and learned that even divine lives are not shielded from the world's ordinary trials. By spring, the household grew again, a newborn, little Joseph. Life in Nazareth was simple, rhythmic, sacred in its ordinariness. Then, at 7, came a great milestone, school. For Jewish children, learning began in the synagogue, and Jesus, already fluent in Aramaic and Greek, now faced the beauty and challenge of Hebrew. His small voice joined others repeating lines of Leviticus, but his mind wandered beyond the words, searching for the truth behind them. He loved his teacher, the Shazan, but his questions left the man in awe. Once, the Shazan told Joseph, "I fear I have learned more from your son's questions than he has from my lessons." And on his first day of study, every pupil chose a guiding verse. Jesus' choice still echoes through eternity.
"The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, to bring good news to the meek, to bind up the brokenhearted, to set the captives free."
No one knew then that this child would one day fulfill those very words. He grew quickly, exploring hills with his father, watching the sunset over Mount Carmel and the white crown of Mount Hermon glistening in the distance. From those heights, he could see the world, the caravans winding through Esdraelon, sailboats shining on the Mediterranean, and faraway cities shimmering with temples of false gods. And Jesus wondered, how many of them know our Father? By 8, his curiosity was insatiable. He asked about the stars, the rain, the winds, and the difference between Nazareth's cool air and the Jordan's heat. He bartered milk for harp lessons, taught his brother James the alphabet, and charmed the women at the village spring with his gentle smile and unending questions. Mary would whisper, "He was born to teach, yet he never stops learning." And when a teacher from Jerusalem came, Hoping to take the boy to the great academies, Jesus listened quietly. Then he said, "They who love me so much
should guide me more safely than strangers, who only see my body but cannot truly know me."
He would stay in Nazareth, for the Son of God was learning the ways of the sons of men among the laughter, dust, and dreams of a humble home. In the hills of Galilee, a child grew in wisdom and love, not through miracles, but through the wonder of ordinary days. This was the divine made human, and humanity slowly awakening to the divine. You've been watching the Chronicles of the Creator Son. Subscribe to Tales of Urantia and continue this sacred journey as we uncover the hidden years of Jesus, the Son of God and the Son of Man.